Welcome to Why Not Us podcast. Today we have the owner of Women and Unplugged Ent, Quiana Bradford. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, KJ. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I can't even complain. I'm just glad to have you on the platform.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, how you feeling mentally?
Mentally, yes, it's been a roller coaster, but you know what? I'm feeling great today, you know, and I can
That's
only be optimistic about tomorrow, but I'm feeling great today for sure.
and and I'm glad you're doing, feeling great today. It's very important for us to ask one another how we're doing mentally because we
Yes.
forget about that aspect, you
Yes.
know? So,
Yes.
every time somebody comes on the platform, that's a question that I always ask is how are you feeling mentally? Because that's important to me.
Right, right. I'm glad. I'm glad. What they say, check on your strong friends.
For sure. For sure. So
Yeah.
so tell the people about you and Women Unplugged Ent.
Okay. So, of course, like she said, my name is Quiana Bradford. I am originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I born and raised in St. Louis. Moved to Atlanta to pursue psychology. I went to Clark Atlanta University, and got my psychology degree at Clark. Um, so I during the time I was in school, I was just trying to, I was really studious, but I participated, step team. I did a pageant, I did a couple of things to be involved in school. But I also wanted to be more sociable and, hang out with my friends and things like that. I wanted to be cool and everything like that. So, I started, doing cool things, and end up getting pregnant. End up getting pregnant my junior year, like the end of my junior year in college. So I ended up having to travel. I had an internship, traveled to Chicago, lived there a few months, came back, had my child, finished college, got married at a young age. That didn't last long, got divorced. Life ended up changing for me, and I had to end up moving with the punches in my career, because as soon as I graduated from college, there was an economic, I forgot, I don't want to say a crash, but when I graduated in '08, a lot of college students were having issues getting jobs because we were competing with people that have already been working for a long time. I already have years of, experience. And due to the financial issues that we had, everybody was scrambling to try to get a job. So college students were kind of like brushed off last, at least in my situation it was. So trying to get different jobs, I had to end up working, for a corporation that I had to start from the bottom. I had to start from the lowest position they had. And then they end up within probably 3 months or so, I end up moving up to an auditor, and then I end up moving up to like a quality manager. Then I end up moving up to customer service manager, but by then, I was already like still growing because I was in my early 20s and growing in management, still trying to find my way. um I knew that wasn't, by the time I got to the customer service management part, I knew that wasn't what my goal is to move up in a corporation. It was to be my own boss. I've always wanted to be my own boss. Even growing up, when I wanted to have my own psychology practice, I still wanted to have my own practice. So I've always had a business owner, entrepreneurial mindset growing up, but it was geared in psychology at the time. Um, However, I also have a background in music and entertainment because my family is very, like, my grandfather was a piano player, and I lived with them, my grandparents. My grandfather was a piano player, my grandma was a singer, my mama was a singer. They sang in the church group. My great grandfather sang in a church group that, are considered legends in Springfield, Missouri. My aunt's a singer. So I come from a musical background. I've danced, like I said, I've done pageants, Um, being in the spotlight has always been, something that comes naturally to me when I'm on stage. However, like I said, life changes and I didn't go that route, but I still did things in college, like entertainment wise, whether I was on the step team or I did a pageant, I was always found a way to be on stage. Um, so when back to the corporate job, I end up deciding to, get out back in the community and do things, that bring me joy, So I've worked with a few other promoters doing music events for them, working for them, doing fashion shows for them, just being, a student, learning behind those promoters that I was working to learn how they do things and learn, how they run the show and, you know, um, just taking some good pointers, but through doing that, I ended up developing my own passion to do my own projects, you know. So I ended up breaking out and I ended up starting, well, it was first the first company I had was called We VIP. That was my first company I had. And it was a social media management company, and it ended up turning into it ended up turning to me doing shows. Funny enough,
Okay.
my first show I had was a battle rap event. It was a launch party, so it was like a launch for my business. I had women battle rappers, men battle rappers, and it was also music as well. People were performing and things like that. And then I moved on and started to have music shows. So I
Okay.
did music shows under We VIP for about 10 months. And then I just kind of got burnt out doing it. I loved it. I loved it. It was the all women showcase. So I had bands and I had poetry, my spoken word. I had singers and hip hop artists and everything that you could think of at Gallery 992. That's where I used to have the shows. And then I just kind of got burnt out. Then I ended up developing a passion to want to do a podcast. So I did a podcast and I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to call it, because my showcase is called Women Unplugged. So, well, I'm going to call this Women Unplugged podcast. So with the Women Unplugged podcast, we started, I want to say last year, if I got that right, last year, March, we end up putting out our first episode. Um, there were 3 women. After the first episode, the pandemic hit. And it was
Okay.
like, oh my God, my dreams. Like, what are we doing here? Like, the pandemic hits, and it's like, oh my God, we only have one episode. I had no idea. Of course, like everybody did, no idea things was gonna, change. So with that, we had to maneuver and change it to, we ended up starting to do it on the phone. And then I had to do Zoom for a while to try to keep it going because I want to stop. And then eventually we end up filming in my home. you
Okay.
know so by that time, during that transition, I decided to change it from We VIP to Women Unplugged Entertainment, because I feel like being a woman, the feminine woman, the masculine woman, like the real thing, the feminine woman is my muse. Because even though I've always like kind of had femininity in me, people used to always tell me, or teachers, or would tell me, you need to maybe be a little more feminine, get more in touch with your feminine side. you
Okay.
know so Women Unplug is my feminine, being, I guess, my feminine alter ego. While behind the scenes, I'm probably more masculine.
For sure.
you
Masculine
know
energy. I got you.
yeah, so it keeps me, Women Unplugged Entertainment keeps me balanced in my femininity, um which is, why I created the business, in a sense. The Who we entertain is for everyone, and we do have male So it's not more so like it's just being about, oh, it's just women. It's just that is my that's my creative that's my creative baby of my feminine being, I
I
guess.
got you. I got you. I got you. I understand that. So it just keep you well balanced, you know. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So I get that. That's dope though.
Oh,
That's dope. That's real
thank you.
creative.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So with that, that we did 2 seasons of the podcast, and then, I just gotta go back to what comes natural, what's in my heart, to do, what I'm aligned to do. I felt like it was meant for me to do the podcast. Believe me, I felt like it was aligned then, but now I felt like that led me to be more in tune with the entertainment side of, the other projects that I do, like music and fashion and dance. So earlier this year, I had the music show recently, the fashion show, which is geared towards mental health awareness, and I know you're
Yes.
probably gonna bring that up a little bit. And then coming up, the um, Can You Heal dance competition, which will be in September, the end of September.
Yo. So what's the name of it? Can you heal
Can
dance
You Heal
competition?
dance competition. So it's a competition of dance, a few dancers, maybe 10 to 12 dancers are going to compete, where they can dance in heels or dance in stilettos. So they do a performance, and they're
Okay.
going to be two judges. They're going to judge their performances, and the winner's going to get a $500 cash prize and a trophy, for
That's
that,
dope.
for being the winner of the competition.
So how can is it gonna be are we gonna be able to look at it from home or it's just gonna
So
be
what we've been doing, which originally I wanted to do live, but I'm just not comfortable yet. And plus, I want to put a more better budget around hiring a real production team before I go live on any of my shows. So what we have been doing is filming the shows and then putting it up at a later date. So
okay.
we just put up the fashion show. I just put it up. I want to say, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? One of them. I put it up. So now you can watch it for free on our website, by just signing up to be a member. I'm just trying to create a member community base, that we can, I can start giving discounts for members, and just creating a community of people that want to support and come out and be a part of what we're doing.
Okay, and so in order to be a member, can you give them the website so they'll know, how to
Yeah.
support you?
Yeah, so you can go to womenunpluggedent.com. You can go to the members only page, or if you do go to the virtual shows, in which, if let's say you want to watch the virtual shows, you can go to the virtual show. It will ask you to sign up first, before you can enter and watch the show. So currently, right now, we have the Women Unplugged Showcase show that was aired that we did in January, and we have the My Mental Health Fashion show that we did in May, on May 15th.
Yeah, okay. Okay. What are you really passionate about right now? Like what are you really passionate about right now?
What I'm really passionate about is helping people. Like, I'm always been a servant of people, you know. So in the sense of now helping people who have talent be broadcast, be shown real talent, and using my platform as a stepping stone to bettering, getting you to the next level. You know, I'm okay with being a ground person, underground, or being, on the grounds, to someone stepping on, on our platform before going big, or, going major, getting major deals and things like that. But I want to be the grassroots platform that people can always say, hey, I was on Women Unplugged, even though I'm like Cardi B or Beyonce status. I was once at Women Unplugged showcase, or I was once at, my mental health fashion show. And now I'm like walking, Paris Fashion Week or something like that. This is for developing talent or people that you don't you have talent, but you never either tried or you've been discouraged. Because we like to find. I love to find a diamond in the rough. Find someone that they don't even know they have talent. I was just talking to one of the ladies that did she was the red carpet host, and she was also on my podcast. Well, I'm sure when she was first on my podcast, she probably didn't know that she would be a red carpet host, but I saw that in her already, that she could host platforms. And she was just telling me on the phone this morning, she was like, I did not know, like I knew I had talent, but I didn't know that she didn't know that like other people could see the talent that she had. And then when the podcast was over, she was getting all these deals of people wanting her to be on their podcast. But see, they had to do an audition, to be on my podcast. And, we do those things so we can get talent, and she had the talent that I was looking for when she came to the audition. So for her to, develop and work with me for those 2 seasons, and then all of a sudden, she's getting people wanting to come to her to be on her podcast. She wants to do her own podcast as well. So, it's just things like that that bring me joy, where people, move on and do, they take it and they keep working and they try, they put effort into their brand, they put effort into their business and try to be the better self. And I just want to be a part of that, on their
Yes.
road.
That's everything, just being service to people,
Yeah.
being able to see the greatness inside of them, even though they might be sleeping on themselves, but you are able to tap into their greatness and
Yeah.
say A, B, C, and D. You're able to help. And that's what it's
Yes.
all about, being able to push, being able to encourage, being able to uplift.
Yeah.
Many times people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They want to tear you down. They want to tear
Yes.
you down. They want to beat you down, but you
Yes.
don't do that. And that's everything. That's
Yes.
everything. I love that. I love that. I do.
Thank you.
That's major. That's
Thank you.
major.
Thank you. I really feel like finally I'm aligned, because it took me a while. It took me a while to get here. Like I've done many things. I've tried to manage artists. I've tried to, luckily, I was granted the opportunity to be a stage manager for a play, and help that. I've done things and real find out like, okay, this is not for me. This is not for me, but I tried those things. I had to go through those things to get to where I am now, because now I'm like, I'm locked in. I'm definitely locked in at this point. But that was a time where I couldn't tell you what my business is about. I couldn't tell you what I was doing. I was just doing. I was out there just figuring it out. I'm
Yeah.
still figuring it out, but I just feel like now I'm at least aligned. I don't know what my end destination is, or where, what God has for me in the end, but for now I feel content and I feel comfortable with what I'm doing. I don't feel like I'm doing anything outside of myself or who I am,
Yeah.
or my purpose,
Yeah, you align, you feel it. You're walking in your purpose.
Yeah.
You walking in your purpose, and it's a beautiful thing. When I seen you doing that mental health fashion show, that really touched me, and I'm like, I got to get her on the podcast. I got to have a conversation with her, and I'm glad that I was able to get in contact with you and you to come to the platform, because you can help everybody out. You help a lot of people out
Yeah.
that might be afraid of the greatness inside of them. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's all about being able to have stepping blocks to get where you need to go.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So with my platform, that's what I want. My platform is for everybody to grow,
Mhm.
everybody to. I want to just be service to people. Like, how
Yeah.
can I help you? How
Yes.
can I add to you? What can I do for you? You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for people to know, like, man, I could hit her up. I can go to this website. I could talk to her. You
Yes.
know, like that's
Yes.
what it's all about.
Yes.
Like, believe in your
Yes. And then
dreams.
when the show is over, it's not, I still get people that want me to mentor them, or they'll ask me questions, send me an email, say what you think about, I'm trying to send this, this sponsorship letter, or I'm trying to do, I need advice on how to do a podcast. I need advice on how to do a show. Like, I come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it's about, building the community. I'm open. I'm open. I've done it already. You know what I'm
It's the
saying?
energy for
So
me.
it doesn't just end with the shows. This is a community I'm trying to build here. A community, a talent community of support.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
what's
what it's all about. That's
yeah,
what it's really about. Like, that's what it's really about. Just being able to help, being able
mhm,
to help. Like, people don't understand, being service to people is everything. And that's what you are. You help
yeah,
people.
yes,
You help people. You are of greatness, you know?
yes,
So it's just amazing to see how you're able to see something in somebody, and you're able to just give it, like, listen, A, B, C, and D, and they just blossom because
right,
they needed you. They needed that
right,
extra push.
right.
And
And it's
so,
crazy, like, because what a lot of people don't know is that I told you about the corporate job, right? Well, I quit the corporate job and I ended up becoming a server, a restaurant server.
okay.
And it's through that, that I was able to really get my talent in talking to people, and actually being in people, and learning about people, and what makes them happy, what makes them, what makes them not happy, or just learning that people are different, and in your approach and serving people, you do have to maneuver around people's different personalities, and I found a
Yes.
way to do that through serving. So it doesn't matter to me. I feel like it doesn't matter to me how big I ever get. I'm gonna have some type of job that keeps me humble and keeps me connected, with the community. you
And
know
that's everything. That's everything. Being able to just stay connected with the community, because the community need people like you. You know, they need people
like
like you,
us.
like us. They need people like us because we connect the links. You understand? We connect the links, and we're very personal, and we're able to understand them on a different level and not judge them and not put them down, because I've been put down and all that all the time. There's no need for me to put that on you. So what I'm
Right.
gonna do is speak life over you, and
Yes.
encourage you and uplift you,
Mhm.
and what I'm saying, clap for you.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do for you. So
Hmm.
that's what it's all
Right.
about.
Right. And if you need an honest opinion, I'm gonna give you that too, because I'm gonna give you honest now.
That's what it's about. Just being
I'm gonna
real.
be
Be
honest.
real. Not no yes man.
It can't be that. I cannot be a yes woman, yes man, whatever. I'm not yes person at all. I'm gonna give you the truth,
For
But
sure.
just know, if I give you the truth, it's because it's coming from my heart. I swear, I am. There's no ill intentions behind anything I do. I can promise you that. I just don't move or walk like that.
Oh,
You know.
that's right. So with your fashion show, I want to talk about that. With your fashion show, tell me how you came up with the idea. How did you just come up with everything? You just brought it to life. Like, tell me about that. You have a creative mind, so fill me in.
Yeah, I didn't always know I had a creative mind. I just knew that I was different. I always felt different, you know what I'm saying? But I came up with the my mental health fashion show. I want to say 2016 through 2007, one of them years. Um, it was just based on the fact that I know that I care about mental health. You know, like I said, I went to school for psychology. I want to be a therapist. But I was like, how can I figure out a creative way to bring the community in about something like mental health, you know, but not it be so formal, like,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
having a conference or, some type of webinar, something like
Got you.
where I'm gonna be honest, and I don't, not to take away from people that do those things, but for some people it could be not boring, and it
Yeah.
won't bring the people that actually may need, the help, or may know somebody close to them that needs the help. So how can I bring, the community that I know in to give this message to? Well, there's a lot of music shows. I do music shows, but I I just feel like it's a lot of people that do music shows. Not too many people do fashion shows. Not like that, because it is a lot of work, and I just realized that. After this project, I just realized it's a lot of work to put on a fashion show. And that's why it's not a lot of people that do it to its full capacity like that. You know, um, and just making it a creative, beautiful experience of bringing on talent that may have experience or know someone that has experienced mental health, and put it in their designs, in their line, in their collection, so you can see the creativity of how what they're feeling is brought to in the clothing that they make, because people do wear their feelings. They wear their clothes. Whether you're wearing yellow because it makes you happy, you're wearing dark because it just makes you mysterious, or you feeling down that day.
Yeah.
People wear how they feel as well. So why not bring your that story onto the runway as well? You know.
That's dope. Like, just being able, like I said, your creative mind, just you being able to take that and put it on a runway in the fashion show, because people love fashion.
Yeah.
So being able to, so somebody might be being happy, somebody might be feeling this way, but it's just a beautiful thing just seeing the different people with the different emotions. Like, that's big,
Yes.
so that I never heard this until I seen you with the mental health fashion show. I never you did that. You
I
did
know,
that.
and I'm just like, it's crazy, because when I first, I'm like, I'm gonna call it my mental health fashion show, because it could be your mental health. It could, what I'm saying. When I'm saying mine, I'm not saying mine personally. I'm included into our, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, mental health fashion show. But when I first came out, I was like, I started to doubt myself. I was like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not the crazy with the mental health, but it's like, this is like out of bounds. Like, nope, everybody's gonna be like, what? My mental health fashion show? What is that? What is that? But I feel like I was called to do that. Honestly, I had to keep moving forward with, no matter how it looked, because when you're doing something that's not everybody used to, you gotta be, what I'm saying, you gotta stay on a narrow path, because you're doing something nobody else is doing out here. So of
Yes.
course, there's gonna be people that skeptic, and people that may have doubts or whatever, but you got to just stay on the path, you know, when you're called to do it,
Yeah.
and I just felt like, no matter what I went through doing that fashion show, I just had to keep putting one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, no matter, what battles I had to go through to get it done. It was like, I'm not going to let anything stop me, because I
Yes.
know, you know this is not this is going to help my community. This is going to help my design. This is going to help my designers. Everybody's been a part of this that helped me. This is going to help NAMI, Atlanta Auburn, which is a great organization that we donated to. And it's just, the purpose became more important than any other the stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
Yes, because it's always about that purpose. You know, that purpose. People are not gonna understand your purpose. People are not gonna understand your vision,
Mm-mm.
and even the naysayers, they're not gonna understand it because that vision is for you,
Yeah.
not them.
Right.
But look,
Right. And it's crazy because I know, and I get it. Some people's like, well, who is this girl coming on the fashion? What? She never had anything about fashion. And especially, I'm not a fashionista. I'm not a designer or anything. You know, I just wanted to put on a show for a great cause, and fashion shows are beautiful, and I wanted to tap into it, and I'm glad I did, because it ended up being a beautiful, beautiful experience. More than
yeah,
just an event, it was a beautiful experience,
yeah,
to see these designers and them talk about their own personal battles, and to see their collections, and to see the diversity of each of the five designers that presented it. It was something totally different, and they were coming from totally different perspectives, and then there was people in the crowd that was telling their stories and how they dealt with mental health. And then you had the performers that were telling their stories as well. So, I mean, it was just a powerful, beautiful experience. And I'm glad that, as a community, we were able to put on this event.
So are you gonna do it next year? Are you gonna bring you? Are you gonna continue to do that?
Yeah, I'm going to make it an annual event.
Okay.
It's gonna be annual.
Okay.
So you'll probably start seeing more information about next year later on this year, probably around November, December, or something like that. On dates and everything. But I do want to make it an annual event. I don't want to stop there. People have come to me wanting to have it in other cities actually as well,
That'll be dope.
and I'm
You
open
know.
to that as well. But there's gonna be I'm gonna need some help from those people that's asking me,
Hey, you already
because like
know.
I said, like for this, I'm gonna be honest with you. For this fashion show, I've never worked so hard in my life. Like, I've never worked so hard in my life, and I'm glad to say that, because for me to say that, I'm glad it was for my own company than working for somebody else you
Yeah.
know. But when I tell you, I had to put blood, sweat, and tears to pull it off. It was literally took my mental health toll. My mental health went.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
Okay.
But it was all worth it to see what it produced in
Okay.
the end.
So that's what it's about. Like I'm gonna be at one of your shows one year. I don't know which year it is, but I most definitely I wanna, be in the atmosphere that, and just being in that. That's everything. Just being around people that's being their most
Everybody was so
authentic
positive.
selves.
Yeah, everybody was so
Yeah.
positive. It was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's what I want my events to bring, positivity. It's crazy. Like, one of my in my music shows, someone told me they felt like they were in a revival. And I was like, wow. Because it wasn't like, well, our last performer was a gospel artist, and she tore the house down, but people felt so, it wasn't, no, they didn't feel any negative energy. They only felt positive energy. And that's what I want to bring. A place
Yeah.
where you can be safe, a place where you can be safe to compliment someone, to be nice to someone, to be kind to someone, you know.
Yes. Yes. So that's what it's all about
Yeah.
because, you know, it's kind of like of God for real because it's like being able to be together on one accord, being able to be kind, being able to, just love. That's what
Hmm.
it's all
Yeah.
about. It's all
Love.
about, it's kind of like what a church should be about. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
it's about that
Right.
being free. Like, man, I could be
Hmm.
free. I could be this. Nobody's gonna judge me.
Right.
So
Your
that's what you
ministry is
gave
not
me.
only in the church, your
Facts.
ministry is also when you outside the church and you walk in the
Facts.
streets. you
Facts.
know you are
Facts.
walking, you're a walking ministry, or you're a walking testimony. You
Facts.
know,
I
so
agree.
yeah, definitely, definitely. If that's my ministry, I take it with honor because it takes more. It takes more than being in the church to really reach the people that you need to reach.
Yeah.
To get the message that needs to get out. You
Yes.
know.
Yeah. I totally agree because it's all about being able to get the message to the people that need to be reached.
Yeah.
Because everybody don't be reached because
Everybody
everybody
don't
don't
go
know
to
how to
church.
reach.
Everybody don't
Facts.
go to church. Everybody don't,
Facts.
don't even look at it. You know what I'm saying? But there's other people out here that can get the same message across doing other things. You
Yes,
know.
that's what it's all about. Being able to connect on a level where another person's at,
Mhm.
like so that's what it's all meeting people where they at.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
There we
Meeting
go.
people where they at. That's what it's
Yes.
about. People
Mm-hmm.
forget that.
Mm-hmm.
People they don't wanna meet people where they at. They
Mm-hmm.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to do that. But we gotta meet people where they at, and watch them grow and help them grow, but they gonna have to want it for themselves.
Exactly.
Cause you
Yeah.
can't want it more for
Right.
them than
No.
you can't.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah, and that's why going through this process, we work with we invite we welcome everybody, you know but like you said, we're only going to invest in what you invest in yourself.
yes,
You have to put in the effort to want to grow your own brand.
yes,
We're just a helpful stepping stone to get you there. But if you're not investing in yourself, why would you want someone to why would I invest in you if you won't invest in yourself? you know
you need to
that's
say that
that's
again because I don't think they heard it in the back. Say that one more again because I don't think they heard it in the back.
Why would I invest in you if you don't invest in yourself?
Okay.
As a company, I need to see the value in you
Mm,
that you put in yourself to make
mm,
any company that want to pay you or put you on a platform to be noticed, because we're putting you on our brand, but you got to show that company what your value is and what you put in yourself, and that will make a company want to invest in you because you're going to look good on their platform. But a lot of people just want to be like, I'm an artist or whatever, and I should be on your platform, you know. And it's just like, but I'm not. When I look at your page, when I'm looking at anything that you're doing, I'm not seeing you put any effort in yourself to grow your
mm,
brand.
mm.
It's not just about talent. Yeah, talent's a great thing, but what are you putting into yourself to develop your brand? What's
Yes.
gonna, because after this platform, after you go on this show and you're not doing anything, you're gonna go back to not doing anything. You know,
Yeah.
this
Cause
is
you
just an opportunity.
yeah.
So if you're getting on the platform, hopefully it's the stepping stones for you to keep moving, to start moving, you know, um, and I
I got you. I got you. Cause you gotta just really want it,
yeah,
cause you can't just sit there and think it's gonna be handed to you. It's not
right,
gonna happen. You gotta go for whatever you want and you gotta go for it.
right, exactly,
You gotta
because
go.
when people have platforms like this, we're investing money in venue, the space, we're investing in, marketing, a lot of time trying to, get vendors and just different things to try to make it an experience, where people will want to come,
Okay.
and all we're asking is that you invest in yourself, you know, outside of, before you even get to the platform, showing that you are, putting effort in your talent, putting work in what you do, and then bringing value to yourself, so that we can both support each other and bringing customers and, having an audience that want to support what we do,
Facts.
you
That's
know.
what it's all about. Being able to grow together, being able to water each other,
Yeah.
being able to eat together, being able to watch those seed grow, just being able to see that butterfly fly, just being able to see you grow and blossom. But you got to believe in yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You
got
gotta
to most
believe you
definitely
worth
be in
it.
yourself.
You know,
So
you gotta believe you working. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. You gotta execute. You know, bring it, and that's what I did. I mean, everything I started with was an idea. You know,
yes.
and with every idea, I wrote the idea down and
Mm.
expanded on that idea, and then started to execute after that. No, I didn't know. There's no path. You know, I just went with what I thought I knew, and then whatever mistake I made, I've taken those mistakes and learned from for the next event or the next
Yes.
thing I'm doing. You know,
Yes.
so there's no perfect way to do this, but you gotta get started.
You got to get
You gotta
started.
start.
You got to start. Once you start, you good. You will
Yeah,
learn
you
as you
good. You're
go.
gonna make, and if you make a mistake,
Learn from them.
you know, learn from it. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay to make mistakes. I had to learn that too. It's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
you
because
got to,
I used to be a perfectionist. If it wasn't perfect, you can forget about it. You know,
yeah. I
but I'm
understand
learning
that.
that there's beauty in not everything being perfect.
Yes.
You know, so
Because it's all about enjoying the journey and not thinking about the
that's
destination.
there you go.
You understand? So,
Yes.
because I want to rush everything, but I'm more patient now. But I wanted to rush everything. If
Yeah.
I don't want to, if I knew I could get there easy, I want an easy way.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's not how it
Right.
is. You gotta just sit. You
Right.
gotta be still sometimes.
Right. Right.
You gotta be still.
Right.
Being still is all about discipline.
There you go.
For
Yes.
real. Like you just
Yes.
sitting still
Mm-hmm.
and really just letting things happen.
Mm-hmm.
You working, you doing everything you're supposed to do. It's gonna happen because
Mm-hmm.
you doing everything you're supposed to do.
Right.
Whatever you put out, that's what you're gonna get back.
Yes. There you go.
You know
What you
what I
put out.
mean?
Woo.
So whatever you put out, you're gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be
Mm-hmm.
good or bad,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you put out, that's what you're gonna get back. And you just gotta keep going. You can't listen to the people telling you do this because it didn't work for
Right.
them. That
Right.
don't mean that it's not gonna work for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you gotta believe in yourself
Yeah.
and whatever you feel inside of you, you do that and go.
Yep.
Don't worry about the people. Just laugh at
Yes.
them. I hear you. And just do your thing.
Yes.
Because
I'm telling you.
they'll come back to you and say, wow, they ain't don't know what to say. Because
Mm-hmm.
they try to tell you not to do it.
Yes. Right. Because they never seen it done. Like I said, I when I looked at it, when I thought about my mental health fashion show, it wasn't like I was like, oh my God, this has never been done. I just wanted to do it, you know.
Yes.
And then when I brought the concept to people, that's when I realized that it wasn't done because people was like, what is that? Or how can that even happen? You know, how can you even make that work? You know, that's when I was like, oh, really? It's not, you know, people, because I know that people have charity fashion shows, but I don't know if anybody has had a fashion show for mental health awareness or incorporated mental health into their fashion show. So when people would come to me, I was like, wow, they never had this before. You know, I just thought I was just another chicken shack or something, chicken place opening up. You know,
Nah, you're a content creator. You created that. And you gonna continue to build on it. You know,
yes.
you gonna continue to build on it, continue to grow, and people are going to be drawn to you. So you're going to continue to grow because you are of greatness. Like for real, you can
Thank
feel
you.
your energy, your aura. You know, you're a good energy, you're a good spirit. So
Thank
great things
you.
are going to continue to happen for you, and I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate that. I
You
really
already know
appreciate
the
that.
vibes, man.
Yeah, I
For
love your
real.
energy as well. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that you had me on here.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. I'm just glad that I got you on here. Just, you know, you being your authentic self and it's just a whole vibe. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's a whole vibe. But look, how can people that are talented get in contact with you? Like, how can they get in contact with you?
Okay. So you can contact me via email at womenunpluggedent@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Women Unplug ENT. We're on Twitter at Women Unplug. I will say I'm not as much as active on Twitter as I am on Instagram or Facebook, but you can always send me a message. I still check those messages every now and then. You can always send us a DM. Contact us. Any type of positions that I have available are gonna be on our talent page on our website, womenunpluggedent.com. You can go to the talent page and see what available positions that I have. I always update those. And just you can go ahead and apply, and then I'll at least know what position you're looking for or whatever. And then I'll always send you a follow-up email with more information.
That's key. That's really key right there. And then like you were saying about the designers, and it could be designers listening that want to be a part of your fashion show for
Yeah,
next year.
I hope
So,
so.
you
I hope
know,
so because
this would be a good opportunity. You understand
yeah.
what I'm saying? This will be a great opportunity.
Yes, yes. Like I said, I'm excited that it went the way it did. I'm going to take all the information that I've learned from this fashion show and, make it even a better experience next year. You know, I'm thinking about, like I said, I might end up moving it to July. And the reason why is July is the actual month for minority mental health awareness. So it would be even
Okay.
more specific to the minority communities, which is what the original concept, was for my mental health fashion show, was helping bring awareness to within the minority communities.
Yo, that's awesome. That's awesome, right there. Like that's awesome. Like that is awesome. Everything you just said right there, that's dope.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
For
Thank you.
real. Like I just got excited, just like, wow, Minority July,
Yeah.
the fashion show, like,
Mhm.
yo, it's gonna be major.
I
It's
hope
gonna keep getting it is.
so.
It's gonna be major. We speaking that into
Okay.
existence. It's
Okay.
already gonna
It's
happen.
gonna be major. It's gonna be major, y'all.
Yes, big energy only. That's how we gonna speak things into existence and we believe in it and it's gonna happen.
I love that.
You
I
understand
love
what I'm
that.
saying? Like I told you, I keep telling you, you are of greatness. So great things are going to come to you and continue to come to you. I tell you that because that's what I believe and that's what I see.
Yes.
You understand
I'm
what I'm
so
saying?
appreciative.
You already know the
Yes.
vibes. You already know the vibes. I got to get you again up here again so we can have a conversation. It was all love. It was everything. I appreciate you for coming to the platform, Quiana. I really appreciate you.
No problem. Anytime. I'll come
Yeah.
back.
Most
I
definitely, you got to come back. You got to come
gotta
back.
come back.
Once again, this is Why Not Us podcast. And thank you again.